Hi there. Welcome to today's behavior therapy class. In this guide, we are going to show you everything you need to know to get started on best behavioral therapy practices. But first, let me tell you a quick story about Sarah. Sarah is a dedicated behavior therapist in her second year of practice. She constantly felt overwhelmed. She was juggling multiple cases. She was trying to always remember best ABA therapy techniques. She was second guessing her client's behavioral therapy goals and spending hours Googling forms and resources late into the night. What turned it around for Sarah was having a clear, organized, go-to behavioral therapy guide she could always reference whenever she felt stuck. This behavioral therapist class aims to be that turning point for you. So whether you are just starting out or looking to refine your therapy approach, here is our roadmap for this class. You will get clear insights into best behavior therapy techniques, practical guidance for applying ABA principles. You will also get tips for growing your own career, as well as expert advice on everything from certifications to business planning. By the end of this class, you will feel more equipped and more efficient in your role as a behavior therapist. We have a lot of things to cover today. And so this video will be broken up into sound bites types of videos that you can actually watch per chapter as you progress. So let us start by quickly going over what exactly is behavior therapy. Behavior therapy is a structured, evidence-based approach to helping people change patterns of behaviors that are harmful, unproductive, or disruptive. Keep that in mind. At its core, behavior therapies, it really focuses on the idea that behaviors are learned and therefore, you guessed it, they can be unlearned or modified using specific strategies. These strategies are designed to reinforce positive behaviors and reduce those that negatively impact a person's quality of life. Now, before I continue, something to note is the transcription of this video. You can find that at the bottom of this video. There is a link, so you don't have to be wasting a lot of time trying to take a lot of notes. Everything that I am saying, you can have the transcript. Going back to behavior therapy, this form of therapy is often used to treat conditions like anxiety, depression, ADHD, autism spectrum disorders, and obsessive compulsive disorder. It is also applied in settings that support children, young adults, as well as grown adults with behavioral challenges. Now check this out. Unlike some therapies that focus on past experiences or unconscious thoughts, behavior therapy is action focused and oriented on the present. Keep that in mind. Now, let us cover this question that we often see time and time again. What is the difference between behavior therapy versus behavioral therapy versus behavioral therapy? Is there really a difference? Because a lot of times, even when you are looking at things online, you will see people actually use one of these three ways to refer to behavior therapy. The short answer is this: there isn't a difference in meaning. All three refer to the same therapeutic approach focused on changing observable behaviors through evidence-based techniques. The variation in spelling really is based on region. Behavior therapy, this first one here, is more concise. It's a general term. The second one, behavioral therapy, this one here, is commonly used in the US and it often appears in academic and clinical writing. This last one here is the British and Canadian spelling. It is used in publications and practices across the UK, Canada, and other Commonwealth countries. Now, let us go over the next topic, which covers the different types of behavior therapists you should be aware of. As you are most likely aware, behavior therapists, behavior therapy isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. It's not. Over the years, several types of behavior therapies have emerged, each with its own techniques, goals, and areas of application. Understanding these different types helps therapists like yourself choose the right method for each client and setting. Let us go over the first one, ABA. ABA is one of the most structured and research-based behavior therapies effectively used when engaging with children on the autism spectrum. It involves breaking down behaviors into smaller components, using positive reinforcement to shape behavior over time. ABA therapy also includes data collection, goal setting, and progress tracking in a highly systemic way. The second one is cognitive behavior therapy, CBT. Now, although CBT integrates cognitive elements, it's still deeply rooted in behavioral principles. CBT focuses on identifying and changing both unhelpful thoughts and behaviors. CBT is widely used for treating anxiety, depression, trauma, and more. It often includes homework assignments, behavioral experiments, and skill building exercises. Once again, there is a written guide that covers every single thing that I am talking about right now. So you don't necessarily need to be spending a lot of time taking notes. Take a look at the link under this video and you will see the detailed guide that it's pretty much a word for word what I'm telling you right now. The third therapy to note is called dialectical behavior therapy, DBT. Now, this one is a special form of CBT. DBT was originally developed to treat borderline personality disorder, but is now used more broadly. It blends behavior therapy techniques with mindfulness and emotional regulation strategies. DBT helps clients tolerate distress, manage intense emotions, and improve interpersonal relationships. A fourth one is behavioral activation. Now, behavioral activation, this therapy helps individuals break cycles of avoidance and inactivity often seen in depression. Clients are often encouraged to engage in positive activities and routines even when motivation is low. And this helps to improve mood and reduce, wait for it, reduce depressive symptoms through action. Another one is social skills, which is what we have here, social skills training. Now, I know I skipped exposure therapy. I'm going to come back to that. Social skills training, this is behavior therapy that is frequently used to teach children and adults the skills they need to communicate, cooperate, and function in social environments. This might involve modeling, role playing, or feedback to develop and reinforce appropriate behaviors. Now, let us go back to discussing exposure therapy. Exposure therapy, which is this here, is commonly used to treat phobias, PTSD, and OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. Exposure therapy generally introduces clients to feared situations, things they are most scared about, like heights, or thoughts. So it's not just fears, it could also be thoughts. And it gradually introduces these clients, wait for it, in a safe, controlled setting. Emphasis on a safe, controlled setting. The goal is to reduce avoidance and desensitize the individual to the source of their anxiety. Don't rush them into it. Emphasis on safe, controlled setting. The next one is ABA-VB therapy. This is a branch of ABA. ABA-VB therapy places a strong emphasis on teaching language and communication skills. It is especially useful for nonverbal or minimally verbal children, and it focuses on the function of language in real-world settings. As a behavioral therapist, you may specialize in one approach, or you can integrate elements from several therapies depending on the needs of your clients. Being familiar with multiple types helps you create a more flexible, customized plan. Now, here is the pro tip to keep in mind, and you can write this down. But once again, the detailed written guide that supports this behavior therapy class, the link is below. But here is a pro tip. You always want to ensure that you match the therapy type to the individual's development level, their diagnosis, and their personal goals. What works well for one client, as you are all aware, may not be appropriate for another client. And so flexibility and continuous assessments are key to success. Please communicate this to other members of your team because it is something you assume everyone involved in therapy should know. But a lot of times, a lot of individuals forget that concept that every client is unique. And so flexibility and continuous assessment are key to success. Now, for the next topic, we are actually going to ensure that we provide you with, as I mentioned earlier, multiple chapters, multiple videos. That way, we are not overwhelming you with too much videos at once. So we are done with that first video. The next video, you can actually find that by the top right hand. So click on that next video and let us go ahead and continue this class. Thank you.